Melbourne, Australia. Around the penultimate corner, make sure you focus on the final corner coming up and get onto that curves as early as possible. Down the main straight towards turn 1, 175 miles an hour. Look for the left-hand marker boards at the 100-metre board. Brake here, down into third. Flick the car in, not too much curb on the inside or on the exit. And another boost of curves down towards turn 3. A great overtaking opportunity come race day into this corner. Third gear, down into second as well for the apex, and then up through the gears again. Hold the car full throttle around turn 5, feed the car an hour, brake in a straight line under the trees. The shadow of the trees makes it tough there. Don't take too much curve on the exit of turn 6 itself as it winds round towards turn 9. Brake at the 100-metre board, bumpy into this corner. Second gear, don't let the back get away from you too much as you get close to the wall on the exit towards turn 11. Up through the gears now on 180 miles an hour. Get close to the wall, flick the car in, sacrifice the speed on the left to open up the right and get a nice exit onto the back straight towards turn 13. Another potential overtaking spot coming up here, down through the gears from 7th into 3rd. Not too much exit curb, you don't want to waste your traction here and keep the car in a straight line before turn 14, the last fast corner on the track. Turn 15, watch out for that left front locking up. Get the car nice and straight again before the exit, into the last corner again, and a final blast of curves as well.
A thousand apologies for the outlap being out of sync. I do not know how that happened. What is happening, guys? My name is GT5Man21 and we are here for round 1 of the WRL League. So sorry that it took a while to upload, but it's finally uploaded and rendered. We are here at Albert Park, Melbourne in Australia. A great venue to kick off the season, as it always is in Formula 1. With 15 laps of action and the first of few tracks to have the super soft tyres, this should be an interesting race with pit stops and so much action. Another thing, guys, Joshie Lee has pulled out the series because he didn't want to compete anymore. He is now instead replaced by former WRL co-host and OTG's good friend Nick BHD, or as he likes to call him, Nicky Nuno. Right, without further ado, let's get to the grid. So here is the grid then. Pitmat is on the pole position for the first time this season. He kicks off the season on pole position. Red Jams 22 is in second place. Conan Foda 141 is in third, with John W 207 in fourth. XX OTGXX is in fifth, ahead of his teammate F1 Extremist, who could only manage sixth because he did not set a time. Connor 212 starts seventh after he did not set a time as well. And the other nine, Bad Boy Dills, Nick BHD, who is the guy who's replacing Joshie Lee, FPM 856 NFTKP3, Bossman Sean 12, Rubber Duck 1997, Boy 57, who is replacing Mr. Nile CFC at Sauber as he pulled out, F1 Guy 2012, Alec Down of State, and X Killer Carl X, all 9 of them did not start. Right, without further ado, let's get to the race. So here we are then, here in Australia, Melbourne. It's going to be a good run down to turn 1. Let's hope for no incidents. So today we have news from John W 207, XX OTGXX, and Pitmat. So, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and the new season and the race is go, go, go. Looks like John's got a good start. Ryan on board with Matt, and he's had a good start. He keeps leading to turn 1. Now Ryan on board with John W27, who has to think twice about it as it was 3 abreast, and XX OTGXX takes 3rd place off John W27 and Red Jams 22. Lag there from Red Jams 22, Ryan on board with John. Contact there. John goes into a half spin and drops to the back. Now Ryan on board with OTG, who goes down the inside of Conan and takes 2nd place at the second to last corner. Great stuff. Now can he get Pitmat? Now Ryan on board with John W27, who has passed Connor 212. I do apologise if there's no footage of that. It's because John had some technical problems. I do apologise for that. As OTG goes off the track, he rejoins and whoa! contact there. It's between OTG Red Jams 22 and F1 Extremes. And whoa! John went up in the air, but it doesn't stop him from putting a move on Red Jams 22, who has lost his front wing. Both John Dory 207 and Connor 212 make up one position. As now the two Force Indias go abreast, side by side. The pair of them go. That incident between the two Force Indias and Red Jams 22 will be investigated after the race. It's side by side they go. Look at OTG hold it, but he made a mistake. F1 Extreme is trying to capitalise, but OTG sticks to his guns and still keeps that second place. Some great racing going on today, and well, yeah, very good. It's allowing Pitman to pull away now. And OTG's got a penalty. He's got a BS penalty from Co-Masters, and it's that curb. That curb that gives you penalties quite easily. So it's really costly for OTG. And showing off at the same lap, he comes in for that drive-through penalty. Really costly for OTG there. And it's just really costly for him. So, what will this do in terms of position? And out of the pit lane he goes, and he rejoins in 5th place ahead of Connor 212 and Red Jams 22, who is a long way behind. And now around aboard, we see the pit mat. And now F1 Extremists having a go at the race leader for the lead. Side by side they go into the little chicane, and pit mat still keeps the lead. But he's taken the curvy slid. F1 Extreme is trying to capitalise from that. Side by side they go. And Conan's now getting into the mix. 3 abreast. Surely they can't make it through this corner. And somehow they've managed to. Side by side, 3 abreast. And sure enough, pit mat goes into the gravel. No investigations there, because it was nobody's fault. And besides, pit mat's tyres were going off anyway. And sure enough, he comes into the pits this lap, along with F1 Extremist and Conan Photo 141, and also coming in with them is John Dory 207, so he's caught up to the battle for the lead. This is interesting now. It's a battle between Force India, Mercedes, McLaren and Sauber. It's a 3.237 stop from the McLaren mechanics at John Dory 207 pit mat. That looks like a 3-second stop. It's a bit, I think that's a bit slower than the McLaren mechanics, but it's still enough to get him ahead of John. And Conan stays ahead of Pitmat, and F1 Extremist stays ahead as well. So F1 Extremist leads from Conan and maybe Pitmat. No, that's Connor 212. He's still yet to pit, but Connor 212, he's gonna try and help Conan here, as he's still yet to pit. And sure enough, John Dory 207 rejoins in 5th position, so Pitmat rejoins 4th, John Dory 207 rejoins 5th. Now out of board OTG, who comes in for his 2nd stop, but this time this is his scheduled stop. The first stop was actually a drive-through penalty, which proved costly, so he's not having a good race at all. But let's see what this pit stop can do. And he's on the prime tyres, and it's a 3.107 stop, so that's quicker than the McLaren mechanics. So very good stop there from the Force India. And where is this going to put him? And it's going to put him in 6th place, 2nd to last, and he's going to just get out in front of Red Jams 22. He's thinking to himself, thank God I'm not last. Now around a boy with OTG, coming around the right hander, and once again he gets a penalty for that. Advice OTG, don't use too much of that curb. I know it's hard, but you've just got to try. As now Pitmat having a go at Connor 212 for 3rd place. They are struggling to find a way past that Mercedes, and he's clipped the curb, he slid. Now John Dory 207, can he capitalise? Riding on board with him now, and can he get the move done? Side by side, and they're still side by side. But Pitmat has the inside line for this corner, and sure enough, keeps 4th place. Now a replay from OTG here, going around that chicane. So nothing really going on at the moment. So why have we got a replay? That's why! He's got a penalty for cutting that bit of the track as well. He nearly quit there. So 2 drive-through penalties he's got to have. That's his 3rd. He's going to have 3 today. That is really costly. It's Pitmat having a look at Connor again. But this time, round the outside, Pitmat takes 3rd place off Connor. And now John Dory 207 is following through as well. And John Doe 207 going a bit wide, but takes 4th place off Connor. Great driving from the pair of them. Now riding on board with OTG, who comes in for his 2nd drive-through penalty, his 3rd stop, and he's even joined by Connor 212, who lags there. Very weird there. So he's definitely going to get ahead of Connor, because now this is his scheduled stop. Connor's got to be proud of himself here, because he made those tyres last till lap 7, those super soft tyres, and the rest of the drivers couldn't. So he seems to be like the best person in the pack. He seems to be the best at preserving tyres. So if he could be in with a shot of some consistent points today, as OTG rejoins in 6th, he loses the position to Red Jams 22. And now into the pits comes OTG again for his 4th stop and his 3rd drive-through penalty. This is really costly for OTG now, and this is not helping his points at all. And sure enough, Connor 212 gets ahead, and Red Jams 22 has also been, judging by the mini-map, Red Jams 22 has been in the pits. I believe he's gone ahead of Connor. I think he has. No! Connor has gone ahead of Red Jams. So Connor has leapfrogged Red Jams in the pits. So some great outlaps from Connor, and a good outlap, and a good some good lap times have put him ahead of Red Jams. Now we're right on board with Pitmat as OTG finishes his pit stop, and F1 Extremist is in. That lifts Pitmat up to 2nd, so Conan Foda leads the race. And John Doe 207 is going to lift himself up into the podium place. And now he's on mixed free because he wants to try and catch up to Pitmat. And Ryan Boy of OTG, he moves up to 6th, and that's because Red Jams has made his 3rd stop for some reason. So I don't know what's going on there. Now into the pits comes Pitmat for his 2nd stop. Obviously his tyres cannot last. And John Doe 207 is going to take 2nd place off him. So it looks like Matt going for a 2-stop strategy. Let's see what he's putting on. He's putting on the super soft tyres. He's going for a super soft tyre run, an option run at the end. And it seems to me though that John Doe 207 and Conan Foda 141 are trying to make this a 1-stop strategy here, as it seems though they're trying to make these prime tyres last to the end of the race. So could this give them some high positions today, including, you know, 1st position is now riding aboard John Doe 207, who's got F1 Extremist all over the back of him. And he's sliding about a bit, he's losing traction. F1 Extremist now, who also sets the fastest lap of the race. Side by side they go. Into turn 3, John going wide, and sure enough, F1 Extremist takes 2nd place off John W207. And it seems that F1 Extremist now wants to try and catch up to Conan before the end of the race. And now around board Pitmat, who catches the bollard and goes off. A bollard glitch there. But luckily he didn't lose a position, so that's good. As now we're right on board with John Doe 207 on the 2nd to last lap. And F1 Extremist is coming in for his 3rd stop, so obviously he was going for a 3 stop. And that lifts John Doe 207 back up to 2nd, and it's going to lift Pitmat onto the podium, despite that mistake he did earlier. F1 Extremist will rejoin the track in 4th, as Conan Foda wins the Australian Grand Prix, as OTG goes off the track, as does Red Jam on the final lap. And Pitmat will cross the line 3rd. John Doe 207 would cross the line 2nd. However, the reason why there was no footage of that is because he had technical problems at the end. So I do apologise for no footage of. So here are the results then. Conan Foda 141 took an early win in the season. A great start for him thanks to a brilliant strategy. John Doe 207's 1-stop strategy paid off thanks to a brilliant after he took 2nd place. Pitmat's 2-stop strategy sort of worked, however he did fall back from John Doe 207 and could only finish 3rd. F1 Extremist's 2-stop strategy didn't work either. He left it way too late and could only finish his 4th, over 30 seconds behind the race leader. Connor 212 finished 5th, over 48 seconds behind him. OTGXX, who had a torrid day after 3 drive-through penalties, finished 6th, nearly a minute behind the leader. And Red Jams 22 also had a horrid day as well, only managing 7th, and also nearly a minute behind the leader. And the other 9, Bad Boy Dills, Nick BHD, FPM 856 and FTKP3, Bossman Sean 12, Rubber Duck 1997, Ballboy 57, F1 Guy 2012, Alec Down of State, and X-Clickal X, all 9 of them did not start. And the fastest lap of the race went to F1 Extremist with a 1:24.458. That is the new lap record. Let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship, and as you can see, it's the same as the results as it is the first race of the championship. So Conan Foda 141 takes an early lead with 25 points. John Dewey 207 is in second on 18 points. Pit Matt is in third on 15 points. F1 Extremist is in fourth on 12 points. Connor 212 is in fifth on 10 points. XX OTGXX is in sixth on 8 points. Red Jams 22 is in 7th on 6 points, and the other 9, Bad Boy Dills, Nick BHD, FPM 856 and FTKP3, Bossman Sean 12, A Rubber Duck 1997, Allboy 57, F1 Guy 2012, Alec Down of State and X Color Carl X, while 9 of them are yet to get off the scoring board. Let's have a look at the Constructors' Championship, and as you can see, Mercedes take the early lead in the championship by 15 points ahead of Force India Mercedes, who are on 20 points. McLaren Mercedes, who only had one driver competed today, are in third on 18 points. Sauber, like McLaren, only had one driver competed today, and they are in fourth on 15 points. Toro Rosso are in fifth with 6 points. And the other three, Red Bull, Ferrari and Williams, those three are still yet to get off the scoring board. Here are the concluded racing incidents. So on that note, we'd like to say thank you for watching this race. The next time we will see you, it will be at the Sepang circuit in Kuala Lumpur for the Malaysian Grand Prix. That will take place at round 2, where this track is the most grueling event on the calendar, with humidity very high. The drivers' full concentration will be put to the limit, and their fitness levels as well. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you next time for the second round of the WRL season. Goodbye.